Beautiful. A huge moon. Y'all know what time it is. Rim to rim to rim. Take two. All the way down to the bottom, all the way across to the other side, back to the bottom, back out on this side. Good morning, folks. We are here at the Grand Canyon. I got a chauffeur with me today who's gonna go down and watch the sunrise from Ooh-Ah Point. First thing we gotta do is get to the actual trailhead. If you've ever hiked here at the south rim of the Grand Canyon, you know that you cannot drive to the South Kaibab trailhead. So we parked over at the overlook and making this short little jaunt over here to the actual trailhead. All that does is just give us a little bit of extra views, like the amazing full moon that is setting over the canyon rim over there right now. Made it to the trailhead. Fixing to head off this way, out around the point, but check out the early light on the tips of the canyon features. Absolutely gorgeous. Man, what a view. That is so amazing. And I love this view right here. Looking down, you can see all the switchbacks working around. There's a couple of hikers down there. We got all the switchbacks over on this side. And then the trail actually shoots out along the left side of that ridge out into the canyon. All right, AZT, section 38, the Inner Canyon. Give you guys an idea of what to expect, not only going through the canyon, but if you're just making your way across for the trail and not going rim to rim. Give you a good look at what the trail's going to look like. So this section 38 of the Arizona Trail, the Inner Canyon, begins and ends at the Kaibab trailheads. If you're on the south rim, you're obviously going to start on the south rim, South Kaibab, and you hike down to the bottom and across, and then come up the North Kaibab. The total mileage, if you're interested, is about 22 miles, just shy of, about 21.8. We start at basically 7,000 feet up here on the south rim, and we drop 5,000 feet to the river, and then we'll hike up to the north rim, which is about 6,000 foot elevation gain. Not so much the mileage. You need to be prepared for about 10 to 11,000 foot of elevation change. Good stuff. Man, what a view. So pretty. So our trail is going to wrap around this way and drop all the way down here, and you can actually see a spot up there where we'll be able to stop and shed some layers. Wanting to go all the way to the bottom now, huh? Aren't you? Yeah.
The more down you go, the more green it becomes.
So pretty. All right, as you're making your way down the South Kaibab, the first marker, if you will, that you're going to come across is the absolutely amazing Ooh-Ah Point. When you hit here, you can relax because you're almost, no, I'm just kidding. You're only a mile in. So beautiful. So many beautiful overlooks and stopping points. Continuing on, Starsky has come to the end of her journey for this trip. One of these times she's going to come down to the bottom with me. I know she will. It gets more and more beautiful as you go down, and yeah, it's awesome. We're about a mile and a half in, which means we've got about 12 and a half to go. Alright, we've made it to the base of that big battleship looking rock that we've been pretty much watching since we started hiking. Another very nice little rest stop area. Looking back at where we've come from, looking ahead, and then out there on that skinny little ridge you see running out there, to that point you can just see the trail making its way out there before we eventually drop off the right side, switch back our way around on down to the river. It is actually Halloween today. Not only is it Halloween, today's the day of the full moon. Awesome little overlook here. Can look out there into the plateau, and it's the Tonto Plateau rolling down through there, and you can actually see Plateau Point, which is where we'll be eating dinner in a couple of days. That little pillar right out there on the end of that rock, right above the finger there. You can kind of see the trail going out there to it. Looking across the Tonto Plateau, and we have reached our next marker, if you will. This is known as Skeleton Point. Now, I don't know if they found a skeleton here once, or if you linger here too long, you turn into a skeleton. I don't know. Maybe it looks like a skeleton from above. Hard saying. Yeah, I was talking to a volunteer back there about Cedar Ridge, and there's not one single cedar tree on Cedar Ridge, but somebody called it that and it stuck. So, Skeleton Point. The view of Skeleton Point. And the trail continuing on down. Where the trail's a little thin, narrow, pretty rugged, pretty steep. The way it switchbacks around is pretty incredible. I mean, just this trail in general is incredible. I'm not a guy that normally geeks out on trail construction, but this one is very amazing. Wind all the way down to the bottom down there. We're about halfway to the river, 3.5 miles down, and about 10.5 or so to go. Making good time. Body's feeling good. Legs are feeling pretty good. Hey, hey, hey. What are you doing? Huh? Kamikaze squirrel running at me there. Alright, this is the tip off. And the next stop from here is actually Colorado River. First, a snack in the shade. Alright, here's where we started. Cedar Ridge, Skeleton, and we are now down here at the tip-off. Now looking up at where we're going to be tonight, Cottonwood. Alright, making our way out of the tip-off and tipping off down to the Colorado River. Now there is actually an emergency phone right up there. So if you find yourself at this location and unable to make it back out, you can call for a very, very expensive ride. This is totally one of my favorite sections of this trail. You can kind of see it cutting along the ridge over there. And then it drops down to your left, out to that big overlook, and then it drops down again, real big, and you kind of see it over the edge down there towards the river. And then eventually, we'll pop out at the bridge. Right down there, you can see the trail. You can actually see some other hikers hiking along it. That is where we are headed. Looking over at the trail, heading down, and all the way down. We got a mule train coming our way, don't we? Love this part of the canyon. This is where it starts to feel like Black Canyon. You get deep down into the bowels of the earth. Man, you guys, I'm enjoying it way more than I did the first time. The first time coming through, I was really nervous. I was kind of like, what am I getting myself into? This time, just having the confidence of knowing that I've done it before, familiarity with the trail and the terrain, and just kind of knowing what I'm in for. It's allowed me to kind of take my time and really relax and enjoy the hike. No stress, no worries, no hurries. Just a beautiful day to hike in this amazing canyon. This is a beautiful overlook right here. The facilities there at Phantom Ranch and Bright Angel. The Anasazi Ruins, which are right over there. And some people swimming in the river. It's toasty.
Pretty awesome.
Oh yeah. So pretty. Looking back upstream. It's all uphill from here. Look at this. Still got flowers in bloom. This little guy was down here getting some water with me a minute ago. Everybody's thirsty. He's got his fill. Now he's sunning himself. Down here's where we came across initially. Crossed the bridge. Stopped here and got some water. Cruised on over. Now we're to this point. And from here, we just start making our way up. There's Bright Angel Creek, the Bright Angel Campground, right on the other side there. Right up here, there's a little bridge we'll be able to go across, see what the temperature is down here. My guess, 80. It feels warmer than that, but I'm not used to hiking in heat, so. All right, all rehydrated, snacks eaten. 7 more miles to camp. From here, it's a pretty steady climb. Next big feature we're gonna see along the trail, and again, we're making our way from south to north, is known as the box. Sweet, here comes the box. And as we can see, it's late enough in the year, October 31st, that the sun, even at high noon, which is what it is right now, is blocked out by the contours of the canyon. Bright Angel Creek down there. So good, so good. Yeah, for me, usually the first time I go somewhere, I do something, I'm just in such shock that I'm even there doing it. I miss half of what's around me. So being able to come back through a second time, I always see so much more and just feel like I really get to know the area better. It's just a deeper, more meaningful trek. This year it's more about the experience and just trying to soak it all in instead of just trying to finish. Looking back at the tight canyon we've been walking through, and looking ahead to the sloping sides and more open canyon that we're about to be walking through. Just finished consuming another liter of water and having some more snacks. We're only a couple of miles now from the Ribbon Falls exit. If there was one thing that I could stress to people hiking this section that's doing this trip, it is do not underestimate this side of the canyon. It's not super steep, not till you get close to the rim, but it is definitely uphill. And you're definitely going to work for it. Man. That highest rim you see in the background there, that is the south rim where we started. Bright Angel Creek down there in the valley. It's hot. I'm glistening. Man, it is so beautiful. There are some places that when you walk through them, they just impact you emotionally. And I don't know why, but this canyon and this part of the canyon in particular, this walk along the north side, once you get out of the box and heading up to Cottonwood, it's so peaceful. So amazing. All right, we got to go up that hill to get to camp and over the other side, but first, let's go via the creek. And there it is, Ribbon Falls. I think we're going to get our camera and take a few pictures and then keep moving on to camp. One final look, Ribbon Falls. This crevice that it lives in. Awesome. So those trees you see right up there, I do believe that is where we are shacking up for the next couple of nights, which means this part of the hike is almost done. It's been amazing. A little disappointed to be done with it, but I know I got tomorrow and the next day and a little bit the day after that, so woo. Just pulling into camp here. Did not realize there was going to be a welcome party. I think we're going to go with little number 10. It looks nice and shady right now, which is kind of what I'm looking for. And the creek is right over there. Food is steeping. Tent is set. Sunset is doing its little sunset thing. It's quite beautiful. Tomorrow we'll get up and we got 7 miles to knock out the rest of section 38, the Inner Canyon. Tired guy. Ready to eat, lay down, stretch out, let these old muscles relax. We got a lot of work to do tomorrow. 4,000 up, 4,000 down. But only 7 miles up. We'll see you in the morning. Good night. Good morning, folks. Getting ready for the sunrise show. We are making our way to the North Rim. We got 6.5 miles and about 4,200 feet of elevation to gain and loop, and then at 6.5 to 7 back to camp. Want to make sure we got a bright and early start. Got a few trees starting to change color down in here. Some of the cottonwoods looking real pretty. So next stop will be Manzanita's Rest, about a mile up the trail here. Good morning. Mr. Goat here in his happy place. Out on the trail. Hiking in nature. Enjoying the beautiful scenery. Clouds lighting up with the sunrise. Yeah. Good night's sleep. Got a little chilly, even down here. That quilt I got like the center of it, the down is just worn out, I believe. So I really, really, really don't want to buy another one. I think it was over $400, y'all. Gotta be able to get more than 4 or 5 years out of it for that price. But anyways, I was able to throw my fleece over the top of me, kind of right in the middle of my back where it was getting cold at, and that semi sort of did the trick. I don't know how much I'm going to actually be recording today. It'll probably mostly be a lot of just the trail, not me talking so much. I'm looking at this as an opportunity to get a great workout in an amazing place. Manzanita's Rest. Rolling out of Manzanita. Starting to climb. It's gonna be a beautiful day, y'all. Look at all the color going up Bright Angel Creek. Very nice. And over here on the right, it's one of my favorite features, Roaring Springs. Huge waterfall coming out of the rock up there. If you decide to take the little side route down to Roaring Springs like I did, it does not actually go to that big beautiful waterfall. It goes about a little more than a quarter of a mile back up this side canyon and then dead ends at a bathroom. So save yourself the time unless you got to go. El Sol beginning to emerge. Up and up some more. View looking back at where we came from. I'd forgotten about this little tunnel. I love that view when you come out the other side, though. I didn't forget that. What is this? Trees. Well, that's got to mean we're getting closer. North Kaibab Trailhead. The end of section 38, the beginning of section 39, which will head across the road that direction. And this concludes Section 38 of the Arizona Trail, the Inner Canyon. That's a good one, y'all. Rim to rim complete. All right, well, if you're watching the Arizona Trail section videos, this is going to conclude it. Thanks for watching. Tune in for the next section. If you're watching the full-length backpacking video of the rim to rim to rim hike, we're going to get something to eat here and refill our water, take a nice long rest. And we'll be heading back to Cottonwood tonight. Yes! Rim to rim to rim.